Hey guys, Glenn here from ReadySetPiano.com. This is our fourth lesson. Let's get straight into it. Hey, this is great. All right, Ready Set Piano lesson number 4. First of all, we're going to be looking at our finger exercise. We've been doing that in our other one as well. We're just adding to that with a similar motion as well. So what I want you to do is to practice all the ones that we've done so far and then add the similar motion. I'm going to show you those real quick. So here we go. So we've got the just the hand by itself, anywhere on the piano. I've started on C, but you could do anywhere. All right, and then there's the one where we go left hand to right hand. Then we have the contrary motion. And then, of course, this is the one we're going to be talking about now, which is the similar motion, which means we're going in the same direction, all right? So probably a good idea to use the same notes, but you don't have to. As long as they're white notes and you've got a bit of space between your hands for this one, this will be okay, all right? Even the thumbs right next to each other, but you don't want to be starting here like that. I mean, you probably wouldn't anyway. All right, so I'm going to start with D and D, or I'm going to start with D with my pinky and D with my thumb. And the first time you do this, you probably just want to play it slowly. Now, it's not that hard, but the first time you do it, it might be difficult, okay? Alright, so it will take just a little bit of time to be able to go fast. And to play like this, it might take you, a couple of weeks. You might be able to play it first time, and that'll be great, right? Now, if you're getting it wrong, just slow it down. Just think about that next note, alright? There it is. Alright, that's all you have to do. Think about that next note. If you have to play that slow, that's okay. It's getting the neural pathways in your brain, from your brain to your fingers, to tell them to do the right thing. Now, once you do it enough times, it's the little pathway, which was kind of like a bush track before. The little pathway becomes a road, and then if you do it lots and lots, the pathway becomes a highway. All right, does that make sense? And then then the information can travel faster, and you can do it quicker. All right, that's kind of how it works. All right, so enjoy doing that. So I want you to do the right, that first, the right hand, the left hand, then then the contrary motion, then the similar motion. Now, if you do that every time you start practicing for now, that's only going to take you probably 30 seconds or something like that. That's a great way to start practicing. All right, let's move on. What is this, guys? Do you remember what it is? It is hopefully you got treble clef. Right now, treble clef is basically these notes here, okay, from about middle C. You can write them a little bit low. We'll talk about that later. But basically, it's these notes here, which can be played with the right hand or left hand, all right? So, of course, and then this is a bass clef, all right? So that's our bass clef there. Treble clef and our bass clef. Today, we're going to be learning the song Running Hands. We've got 5 notes. Let's just point them out here. We've got 5 notes here, and we've got 6 notes here, all right? Now, we haven't even talked about what these notes are, but you might have noticed that it's just going up by step, okay? So we're just literally going up by step. So if I go back to the piano for a second there, we're literally just going up. If it goes line, space, line, space, line, space, let's go back to that there. If it goes line, space, line, space, line, you could keep going, space, line, space, line, space, line, and you can continue on. It's literally just going up white note after white note after white note, right? All right, that's all it's doing, okay? Okay, so we're going to get back to running hands. Let's say we've got 5 notes here, and you've got 5 fingers. So all we're going to do is to start with your thumb on the middle C, and just go until you've played every note. Now these guys here are called quavers or eighth notes, which are half a beat each. So we can count them a couple of different ways. Oh, I've got the mouse in the wrong spot there. Sorry about that, guys. We can count them a couple of different ways. These ones here, because of this line going across here, this is a quaver. We can count a couple of different ways. We can count 1, 2, 3, and I played 2 notes for every beat, right? In this section here, right? Or I can count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I counted 3 and on the G, and 4N for the rest, all right? Or we can count 1 and 2 and 3, 4. But you just got to make sure that 3 and that 4, whilst we're doing 1 beat notes only, and a 1 beat rest, that we're doing that twice as slow, right? It's up to you. You might just want to kind of feel it. That's an option as well. Now, when we get over to this section here, we've got C, D, E, F, G. That's our 5 notes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be all of our right hand. And then our left hand, which is why I've got the LH here, our left hand here is going to come over the top and play that one note, and then we're going to come back to our pinky with our right hand. Okay. Then the last one going up using all the hand, and you might have guessed this already, that we're just literally coming down. Now, this is great because you're now starting to read in patterns as well, right? Well, patterns, and we're seeing, okay, this is a 5-note pattern, which you don't have to read C, D, E, F, G. That's what the notes are. But you don't have to read that. You just go C, I'm going up by step by 5 notes. That's one way of thinking it. All right. Just like when you see these 2 words up here, running hands, as you were in primary school or kindergarten, you were reading and then you'd speed that up and you go running, right? You would look at each letter individually and you'd kind of work it out. Now, but here, I mean, you can just kind of see that that's running, right? You just sort of know the shapes and the sounds, and maybe you've memorized the word, and then you go hands, right? It's just, that's how we're going to kind of do the same thing with reading too after a while, is that we're going to see things in shapes and chords and patterns, and as well as obviously we can recognize what note that is, but we'll also be looking at kind of thinking of it as like a phrase or a word. Hopefully that makes sense. And we will talk about music being like a language quite often as we go on. All right, so let's get into it. Let's see if we can play it. So we've got our right hand here. Now our left hand is going to come over the top and play that A. All right, so we've got right hand there, left hand coming over the top. So this is the song. Rest. All right, I'll play it a bit faster. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. All right, press pause, have a go at that, and come back when you are done. All right, we're going to be looking at some sight reading. Now we've just got one sight reading for today. Okay, so we've got our treble clef here. So this is our right hand notes, and then we go to the left hand, then to the right hand there to finish it off. You notice here, whilst we're playing the right hand, there's nothing happening here in the left hand. That's going to change as we get better, as we're doing more things, okay? So we've got, let's start off here. Let's see if we can play it together, right? So this is your middle C, and this is also middle C. We're going up, down, down, and then back up. And then hopefully you can read the rest here. I'll play along with you. Here we go. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Left hand. All right, maybe have another go at that if you want to. All right, the last thing that we're going to do today is we're just going to be working on a little bit of oral. Now, oral means listening, and so we're getting used to the idea of listening to the. So there's a couple of different ways you can learn a new song, and one is to read a new song, one is to hear a song and then play that. Another way to kind of inform our decisions about how we learn a new song is the knowledge that we've got as well. And also probably the last way that you can do, which is what you probably find most of the time on YouTube or in other places like that on the internet, is that you're looking at just copying. You'd watch somebody's hands and then you play them again, and all of those ways of playing are valid. However, what I would say is that it's much better if you can know how to play a little bit by ear. You know how to read a little bit. You've got some knowledge, and even copying people is okay as well. All right, as long as that's not the only way you try and learn. If that's the only way you're learning music, then it's probably going to be that you're not going to sound that you're not understanding, and you probably won't progress in the long term. All right, so I'm just going to play, and you can't see my hands because this would kind of defeat the purpose here, but we're going to play the three notes C, D, and E, right? C, D, E. Now I'm going to play a couple of phrases. They're just 3-note phrases, and I want you to try and play it on the piano and see if you can match what I'm doing, okay? Play it on your piano or your keyboard. All right, so here's the first. I'm going to make the first note C each time for now, okay? The first note is C. Hopefully that's going to help. All right, here we go. All right, try and play that. Now, if you didn't get it right, pause it and have another go. All right, here's the next one. All right, one more. Okay, here's another one. That was C, E, E. All right, last one. First note is C, remember? Well, if you're not sure about it, pause. But it was the notes C, E, D. All right, that's it for this lesson. Lesson 4 is finished. So I'll see you real soon for lesson 5. And we're gonna be putting 2 hands together. We're gonna be doing a whole bunch of other fun things, a bit of improvising as well, and some more reading as well. All right, see you soon, guys. Bye.